Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I want to be talking about a dream that I had. I actually had this dream on Monday and it was a dream about a spiritual battle. So I'm going to read what I wrote down. So I put, I had a dream where I and a group of people, we were holding hands. So I was with a group of people and we were all holding hands and looking up at a tall red brick wall. Again, I was with a group of people, we were holding hands and we were looking up at a tall red brick wall. Then suddenly, when I looked to my right, everyone whom I had held hands with, they all disappeared. And when I turned to look to my left side, I noticed that I was holding hands with a guy. And we were alone, just the two of us holding hands. Then we looked down at our hands and we held our hands really tightly. And we both looked at each other and gave each other a nod, indicating that we both wanted to climb the wall. So we looked at the tall red brick wall right in front of us, and then we decided to look up. When we looked up, we noticed that this wall was a tall red building. Again, we looked at each other, and just by looking at each other, we knew instantly that we wanted to climb up the building. But instead of climbing up the building, we decided to walk up the building. Just walk up the building going like this. So on the first attempt, when we tried to walk up the building, we slipped and quickly fell. Then I told the guy, hey, maybe we should try again. Maybe we should try, just walking up the building again. Let's try again. So we decided to hold our hands even tighter this time. Now for the second time, we decided, instead of walking, we decided to run up the building instead. And I now noticed that when we were running up, we got farther up the building. The second time around, we got farther up the building. The distance seemed like we reached the third story of the building, but then we quickly fell down. So as we were falling, we both noticed that this dark being reaching the top of the building. Let me repeat that again. So as we were falling, we reached the third story of the building. Then we quickly fell down. And as we were falling, we both noticed that there was a dark being just trying to reach the top of the building. And the guy, he looked at me. And he gave me this look like he wanted to catch that dark being from the building. And I asked for the third time if he wanted to go. And he said yes, because he wanted to try again in order to stop this dark being. He's like, look, I want to go up this wall for the third time. I want to try again so that I can be able to catch this being. Now on the third attempt, we held our hands even tighter. I'll repeat this again. Now on the third attempt, we held our hands even tighter. And we both had this look of determination on our faces to reach even higher. We wanted to reach, and we wanted to walk up that building even higher. So we noticed that there was this light that surrounded both our bodies, and we instantly felt like we had power. Whatever light that was surrounding both our bodies was giving us a lot of power and strength. And I knew that we were both very important people in life. I knew instantly that the light was the presence of God. He was illuminating that light to give us strength and power. so that we would be able to fight the dark being. Not only for us, but others in the world. So I also noticed that after God's presence and light, I noticed that we were now dressed as superheroes. So now we were superheroes trying to stop the dark being to save the world. So on the third attempt, we knew we had power to fight and reach the top of the building. Like we knew, okay, we have this illuminating light all over our body. So we definitely have power. We definitely can defeat this. So we decided to run as fast as we could up the building. When we did run really fast, we reached even farther up the building. We were halfway up the building. So we almost reached the top of the building, and we both tried to reach the dark being. We did try our best. But then we both slipped and fell back down. Now I was excited because I knew that we almost reached the top of the building, but the guy that I was holding hands with, he seemed defeated. And I asked him to try. Hey, let's try for the fourth time. We almost reached the top of the building. Let's try a fourth time to see if we can actually reach the top of the fourth, to see if we can reach the top of the building for the fourth time. So I told him, but he quickly declined, and he pointed to his left and said, hey, maybe I should go over there. And I noticed that he was pointing at this door that said exit. And I noticed there was this staircase behind the door. So he quickly ran up the stairway. And I was a bit sad because I quickly noticed that he wanted to take the easier route. And I quickly told him not to take the stairway because I felt like the stairway wasn't safe. I told him, be careful, don't go through that stairway case. I just have a bad feeling. It's not safe. Just don't go there. But he didn't listen to me. He decided to take the exit. The door that said the exit. He decided to take the exit where the staircase was. I saw him quickly opening the door and running up the steps. To try to chase the villain or the dark being. I got scared and I didn't want my friend to get hurt. I wanted to save him. So I decided to follow him in the stairway. When I opened the exit door, I had opened the door and I saw the stairs going up. And I felt like a dark presence coming from the stairway. And I definitely was not comfortable with that. So I was not comfortable being there, but at the same time, I wanted to save my friend. And I saw my friend going up the stairs and I tried to look up quickly at him. So I seen him going up the steps and I looked up quickly at him. But he went so fast up the steps that I could not see what floor he landed on or what door he opened. He went by so quickly when I was looking up. So as I quickly walked up the stairs, I was a little bit shaken when I went up the stairs because I heard noises and I felt like there was a dark presence as I was going up the steps. I got scared and I quickly reached the first floor of the staircase and I noticed a door. I opened the door and went in and I hid in there. And I slightly opened the door, like I said, because I was afraid. So I noticed, like I said, in the first floor I was afraid. I heard a presence and I noticed there was a door there. I opened the door and I went in the door and I hid inside the door. As I was hiding inside the door, I slightly opened the door to take a peek where the stairway was. And I saw nothing in the stairway. So I opened the door and I quickly tried to reach the next floor up, which I believe, it was the second floor. I heard a noise again and I felt a dark presence again. And I tried to open the door of the second floor in the staircase. But when I did, I did not want to open the door because I felt like there was a dark presence behind that door. So I was in the second floor. I tried to open the door. And when I did, I was like, I do not want to go through that door. I just feel like a dark presence going through there. I don't want to go through that door. So then I saw another door next to that one, and I wanted to open it, but yet again, I did not open the door because I felt like there was a dark presence there. And the dream kept going the same. I kept opening many other doors, and I also felt a dark presence in all the doors. I felt lost, and I didn't know where to go. And I tried to look for my friend, but I couldn't find him. I couldn't see him. You know, every door I tried to open, I was afraid. I didn't want to open it. I didn't want to open any of the doors at all, because I felt that through each door that I opened, there was a dark presence. It was a dark presence. I literally, in my dream, I opened, if I remember correctly, it was more than 9 doors. I opened a lot of doors. I felt alone. And I felt trapped in his world. Like, I felt like I couldn't get out. That's exactly how I felt. I felt like I couldn't get out. Now, this dream, this is what I feel like it's telling me. And I wrote this down. I put, it seems like there are 2 chosen ones from God. Yes, this is what I felt. It seems like there are 2 chosen ones from God who is trying to defeat. Let me repeat that again. It seems like there are 2 chosen ones from God who is trying to defeat a spiritual battle for other people in this world. So they're probably trying to save them either through prayer, rebuking spirits, and such things like that. But at the same time, they are also trying to defeat the spiritual battle that they are going through in their lives. So in the dream, you can see that in the first attempt, there is no dark being. They are just climbing or walking up the walls by themselves. And they're trying to fight whatever obstacles that they are going through. On the first attempt, they fell and came back up. They got up, decided to fight back in their own spiritual battle. Now on the second attempt, that's when they realized that not only do they have to help themselves in this spiritual battle, but others as well. On the second attempt, they try to fight for themselves and other people by walking up that building. Now, on the third attempt, they realize that they have a greater responsibilities to save the world. And I'll repeat that again. Now, in the third attempt, they realize that they have a greater responsibility to save the people, because they notice the light that God had illuminated them all over their body. All that light that God was giving them all over the body. They realized that was giving them the strength and the power that they needed to fight the dark being. Not only for them, but for others too. Now, as they walked up the third time, you can see that it took so much energy out of the man that he instantly gave up. He defeated. He just felt so defeated, you know? And he didn't have to explain to me what he was going through. I knew. He's like, okay, I went through the spiritual battle through myself. I'm going through the spiritual battle through the first attempt. Then the second attempt, I try to help myself and others. Then the third time, I did it again. I try to help myself and I try to help others. And it came to the point that he was tired. He had no energy at all. And he was completely defeated. And like I explained in the dream, the fourth time I told him if he wanted to walk up the building, and he said no. Like his face, he was completely defeated, just defeated. He gave up. And these are my thoughts. While one chosen person kept fighting, the other quickly looked defeated and gave up. Instead of climbing or walking up the building, in my dream, the man decided to take the stairway because he thought it was an easier path for him and a faster process for him to defeat not only the spiritual being that he was going through himself, but as others as well. So I'll repeat this again. While one chosen person kept fighting, the other looked defeated and gave up. And instead of climbing and walking up the building, the man decided to take the stairway because he thought it was an easier path for him and a faster process for him to help defeat not only the spiritual battles that he was facing through himself, but he was trying to help others as well. But the staircase, but by going through this path, I quickly knew that he was going down the wrong path in life. You know, I was just trying to save him because he was my friend. You know, again, he was my friend and I was trying to save him, you know. And I saw that he was going down the wrong path. So as you can see, I tried opening a lot of doors. I tried opening a lot of doors to escape, you know. I tried to open the doors. Actually, in the beginning, I was trying to open the doors. I was like, hey, where's my friend? You know, I don't see him here. But then at the same time, when I kept opening so many doors, I wanted to leave. I just wanted to escape. That's all I was thinking in my head. I just want to escape. And every door that I kept opening, I felt like there was a dark presence in them. I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to escape this? Like, I'm stuck in this world. I'm stuck in this staircase. I'm stuck in his world. And again, as you can see, I try to open a lot of doors to escape, but I could not open every door. I tried to open the doors, but I couldn't, because every time I tried, there was a bad spiritual being. Every time I would open a door, I had like this bad feeling. So I got stuck in his world. And that's how I was. I just got stuck in his world and I felt alone. I felt trapped and I felt alone. And I feel like sometimes in life you have to be careful. You have to be careful that you don't lose yourself completely while helping others. It's okay to help others. It's a beautiful thing to help others in need when they are facing challenges or difficulties in their lives. Like I put here, just be aware and be very careful. If you see that you help others and they don't listen to you, it's okay too. You can help others and recommend counseling for them if they are going down the wrong path. Or you can encourage them to go to church and continue to read the Bible. Again, you can encourage them to go to church and continue to read the Bible. You can keep encouraging them to pray and worship God every day. You can keep encouraging them to keep fighting. Please encourage them to keep fighting and don't give up. Because at the end of the day, that's what people want to hear. They want to hear that you care about them. They do. They want to hear that you care about them. They need to hear that you love them. You know? But by hearing these words daily, they will come around and they will change. And again, at the end of the day, that's what people want to hear. They need to hear. I'm going to repeat this. They need to hear that you care about them. They need to hear that you love them. And by hearing these words daily, they'll come around and they will change. Now I'm going to say a prayer. So I hope and pray that whoever is going through a spiritual battle, that God will help them to make the right decisions in their lives and lead them in the right path. Again, I hope and pray that whoever is going through a spiritual battle, that God will help them to make the right decisions in their lives and lead them in the right path. I pray that God will help them fight whatever obstacles that they are going through. And I hope and pray that Jesus heal them. Amen. Again, thank you so much for listening to my channel, and have a very blessed day. Goodbye.